Very fair. Listen, I might have to get a sweater again. I'm cold, y'all. Sheesh. In any case, I gotta stop drinking this Coolada. So, the we statement. This is why I try to explain to people, when you do business, you need to be very direct in what you need to articulate in the way that you mean. Because this is one of those no child left behind situations. You know what I mean? Like, the law was created for all children to excel in schools, but they found a loophole in the law. And the loophole in the law now just lets them push our kids through whether they know how to read or not. You understand what I'm saying? So this is one of those things where both of them are equally wrong. Tommy should have said, can you? But also when we're talking about I got you in the queue, in terms of a boss. Oh, they jumped out. Also, when we're talking about in terms of a boss, what does your boss say to you? This is business. Hey, when we're working as a team, we together on this. Do you think we can get him on the phone? He ain't calling nobody, but you're calling. You think we can do it? I think we can make it. So in terms of the context, I don't care how you slice it. Robert is very intelligent. I'm sure he knew what she meant. You understand? However, he had a choice to operate in a space of, I'm going to do what I want, because he's self-governed. And this is why I say there's equal fault here. There's equal fault. So Tommy's learned next time we got to say, listen, I need you. I'm going to need that. Right? It's the context. And things get lost so quickly, y'all, in translation and text messages. This is why old people don't like to text. They didn't have these kind of discrepancies. You understand what I'm saying? Things get lost. This is why I say it's definitely a misunderstanding. Because on the flip side, he could have been busy out doing. You know how sometimes you on the phone? I'm being real. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're on the phone and you just texting. Yeah, girl, I got you. Yeah, my dude, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And you doing you cooking, you out, you at the club, you whatever. And sometimes you're responding so quickly to a message that you're not paying attention. Now, like I said when I started this, it looks crazy. It looks crazy. But we have to be fair. You know what I mean? Hold on, he's in the window.
Keith, you know what I'm with, bitch. You know I'm with it, Keith. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to read messages, then let's read all the messages. Oh, no. Don't listen to the bone carriers. The bone carriers, they go from live to live looking for us to fall out. I still love me some Tommy. If she having a moment and she whatever, that's fine, sister. If she hit me up today and was like, you know what, Barbara, I'm about to do a box. Can you? I'm going to still do it. Because I ain't got no problem with her. But if you want to read the messages, Keithis, read all the messages. Because can we ask 20 is not can you ask 20. Go ahead, baby.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, everybody in your family. I just have a theory, right? And if I'm wrong, correct me. Well, before I even say that, I feel like Keith is being manipulative in a situation. His real issue is the fact that you communicate with Turk and his wife, and he's trying to spin his narrative like into Tommy shit. Now, let me ask you a question, Rob, because you know more than I do, right? Mm-hmm. Tommy joined his family about 2 or 3 days ago, right? So if you were to throw them boxes and shit on her, wouldn't all of that went to Keith's family, right?
Yes, but I have the messages there as well. I text Tommy saying, we have no problem that you went to Powerhouse. Tommy said, 20 said Powerhouse is always home. Tommy could drop that badge right now and come back and do boxes with us if she wanted to. She's under 20's agency. We don't care that she's in Keith's family. There's nothing wrong with that. These are our...
No, I know you know that, but I feel like he was trying to get that bag. That's what I feel like. He was trying to get that bag from you and 20. But I don't, if I'm wrong as far as how that works, then correct me. That's what I was trying to see.
We still have our combat points from when she was in the family. We still have our combat points from when she got boxes. It don't change nothing that she went to that she went to Keith's family. We don't care about that. Girl, move around freely. This is a free app.
Damn, so she let her bag flop over some bullshit? Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, because you and her did have a good relationship, even though I don't care for her, but, like, she's being a fucking follower at this point. Thank you, Rob.
Look at this. So look at this. Since we showing messages, because Keith, you're not reading all the messages, apparently. So let's read all the messages. Because right here, once again, because I call them Keiths. No. Listen, the thing is, I don't care what the comments are saying. I don't care what the bone carrying is saying. I'm going to be very clear, cut, and concise. I ain't got no problem with Tommy. And I don't got no problem with Keith. But everybody on this app knows that I'm with the shits with everybody. It was a misunderstanding because she said, can we ask 20? Meaning, I'm thinking she's going to ask 20. And if I had dropped 20 dragons on her...
Let me say this too. I don't know. See, the problem here is everybody's showing messages, but nobody's showing the previous messages to their exchanges. That's what we would really need to base it off of. We don't know what the lingo is that they had conversations in. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Okay? We can say anything. Doesn't matter what Tommy says. Doesn't matter what Zeus says. We can say anything. You understand? Either way, we would definitely need something to base it on to know how they talked in context. You know, that's the problem here. Everybody, if we showing messages, they got to be relative, y'all. Right? So, on the flip side, I was listening to him reiterate it. I'm being honest. I was listening to him reiterate it. And he said, the question was, can we ask 20? Let me give y'all, like I said, this is about a perspective. Let me give y'all another perspective. Let me give y'all another perspective, right? Can we ask 20? If you came to me and I taught you, that means that there are many questions that you asked me. So could I have misunderstood you possibly asking me a question? Because maybe this has never happened in the context of their text. Like maybe this has never happened. Grand Rise is sensational. Maybe this has never happened. You understand? I'm just trying to give y'all everything I can give y'all based off of what it is, because I really think this should be resolved because it's nonsensical. We got to go through the math. Once this video is over, we gonna do the math. Either way, it was her decision. If she wanted to be in debt, that was her decision. That was her decision. Whatever happened, it's our own decision. At that same dice game, I asked for my friend to show up. My friend didn't show up. But in my friend's mind, they were looking out for my best interest. Because if you listen, there were stipulations that he told her before. This is you only need the organic. Don't worry about it. And to be totally honest, as somebody, I don't do a lot of big PKs because I'm not that big, but I do a lot of PKs. And 30% is not worth it. Most people that do PKs on a regular basis don't take anything under 70. Those high, I'm being honest. You understand? Under 70. That's a big loss. And I'm just telling y'all because I used to do almost 8 a day, Monday through Sunday. You understand? So that's a big loss when you count, 30% is not even worth it. You would want to, most of the time when I do family PKs, I always do organic. Always. No matter, always. Because the percentages are too low. I'm just being honest. Listen, you know, that's a fact. You can't tell. That's a fact, Rare. That's a fact. This is why I say there's an even divide of fault here. There's an even divide of fault. You know what I mean? And that's the ration. That's the ration here. We have to make sure that when we hold someone else accountable, that we hold everybody accountable. We have to make sure that when we look at other people, we assess ourselves also. It always takes two to tango. Always. Best man has a point there. Humble yourself has a point there. I think y'all are all right. I think everybody, I love the energy that y'all are coming with this morning. This is such an adult conversation. Like, I believe that there's a level of, accountability that both parties need to take. You know what I mean? I believe, right, 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 right. Hold on.
I just believe it should have been a situation where it should have been a thing of, hey friend, I don't think this is worth your time. I understand you want me to be there for you, but I don't want to take that loss personally.
Right.
It
It
should have
is.
been, I will definitely be there for you if it's gonna be worth the time for both of us. He did say that,
He
but you
did.
can't say that and then agree to be there. It should have been saying what you said and then saying, hey, I'm not going to agree to this because it's not in the best interest of both of us.
I get it.
I think it would have been taken a lot better if nobody showed up, nobody asked anyone, if it would have been a no and stayed a no.
So do you feel like it would do you feel like this was a miscommunication on both parties?
I definitely believe it was a miscommunication, but I also believe it was very vague. But I believe that is the context always between both of them, that they can be vague and one another understand what each other is talking about. But it's also that vague that when it comes down to a misunderstanding, that somebody can use it to say, hey, I thought you were saying this instead of what I really know you were saying. It can be twisted into, I didn't know. you know?
Right.
So it wasn't real cut, clear, and concise.
And somebody best man is saying clarity was Tommy's burden, not Robert's. And to a degree, if I'm in the PK and I need help, I need to make sure that my message is going to travel clearly
Definitely.
to get what
That's
I need.
absolutely true. But when you and
But he
this other
shouldn't have
person have
agreed.
a certain dynamic and you understand each other in a certain way, then, I'm going to get upset when you're not there.
Right.
Regardless of the fact if I didn't make it as cut and clear as everybody else thinks it should be. When me and you communicate like this all the time, it's never a problem. Until now. That's what I'm getting.
And like I said,
Like he said, they've been doing business for a long time. I see y'all in the comments, y'all. They have been doing business for a long time. So obviously they've been communicating like this for a long time. So that's just what I have to say. I'm gonna drop it down.
All right, you want me to drop you down?
No, I got
it. All right. Boom. Yeah, a 35% is just not worth it. I just think there's so many moving parts, and the reality is this. The reality is only those two people really know how they communicate with one another outside of here. Only they know. You know what I mean? And neither one of them wants to take the burden of the blame because both of them have rational arguments. And when you have a situation like that where two parties both have rational arguments and conflict resolution, what we have to do is get both parties to see each other's point and agree to disagree because there is no right or wrong because we both were equally wrong. I'm the type of person, if I'm 1% wrong, then I consider myself to be 100% wrong. You understand what I'm saying to you? I hold myself 100% wrong, even in a situation where somebody else might be 99. That's just operating in a space of integrity. I feel in a dire strait. Best man, I feel in a dire strait. Communication needs to be clear. Communication needs to be concise. On the flip side of that, you can't agree to something after you've made the stipulation that you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So now we're talking about the lack of communication and backpedaling. And backpedaling never flies well in relationships. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. That's why I say it's a lot of moving parts. I'm just mad we're here. Perception is a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of perceptions because because I can see this on so many different levels. I can see his point. I can see his point because I do PKs. I can see her point. But what I feel like here is we're coming from two different angles. And this is what I'm going to say. Tommy was coming from an angle of friendship, not business. And Zeus was coming from an angle of business and not friendship in that moment. I'm not saying they weren't friends, but the interaction is not in the same arena. And that's why we have a problem. You understand?
And she didn't go as 20, as she did not, and as I did not, because I'm thinking she did, she would have lost. The girl was up by 25 dragons on her. So if I dropped 20, she would have lost still. So I'm confused as to where all this, and I said that in messages, And I'm about to show y'all. Not only would she have lost, if she won, she would have been in the hole and the rebate would have been trash. And she's got another tournament today. So while you over there trying to read messages and wake it up, you showing how stupid you are, Keith. Because if you was a real one, you would have told her ass, or you would have got her 40 motherfucking boxes, nigga.
Exactly, Robert. That's what I was coming up to say, because technically she should look at it as like a good business move that she lost. Because if y'all would have dropped 40 dragons on her today, then what she would have did tomorrow when it's time for another tournament, when she's already in the hole for 40
and another
dragons.
heavy hitter could have won by fucking 15, 20 dragons. You would have been more in the hole because you only have 20 dragons in your wallet to give out right now.
And the girl mama said on her live that she had 20 more dragons to snipe if needed. So the girl mama actually had like 50 dragons to snipe if needed.
You would have been in the hole. It's not good business. And then also the rebate is horrible. I'm gonna read the messages.
Good morning. She said she had way too many dragons for all of that. She said she had more than 20 dragons.
Who?
Shantae.
Tommy. Tommy said she had more than 20 dragons. She said she had too many dragons to lose a PK like that.
Well, in this message, she's 20. So let me just read this. Because I'm only going off of what I'm reading. Since we're reading messages. Since Keith is over there with his head down reading messages, let me read y'all's. I have 20 more. That's what she said to me. Okay? And then, can we ask 20? Not can God Zeus ask 20. Can you ask 20, Robert? I'm going to go ask 20. It says, can we ask 20? And I'm like, okay, go ahead. I say he's good with that. Ask him to stand by snipe. What happened with what? 20 dragons, then 20 waiting to snipe. I said, I thought you had 20. I said, I'm sorry.
You know what this is? Let me read y'all something real quick. Because this is that type of situation. Let me read y'all. Y'all know I pull stuff in as we go. Let me read y'all something real quick. So, as I'm hearing this situation and I'm assessing it, and I'm listening to the situation and I'm assessing it, right? Right. I lose all the time. And as long as you meet the minimum and you get a rebate, you good to go. Real talk. I lose all the time. I'm always tearing up. But as long as I hit my minimum, I'm cool. Hold on, I'm trying to find this for y'all because, like I said, when we do this, I try to give everything I can. Let's see if somebody has it. Okay. This is one of those situations, right? I don't know if many of y'all have heard it, but this is what is going on right now. And I want to read it to y'all so we can basically have a level of understanding of where my mind is at so far in this debacle. So this is the story about 4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have. That's what's going on here. You guys are both equally to blame. Like in my mind, there is equal burden of blame here just because of those situations. Yeah, it's called the story of everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody. Y'all use that on your kids, all right? So, but it is that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? And That's what's going on here. And as I'm assessing it, this is what I'm hearing. Right? I'll drop the story in the Discord too. All right. Where right along with all the videos at the end of the week. Y'all know I did it last. I think I did the Ash Bash last. All that stuff is in the Discord. So because let me say this, best man. I feel that regardless of her inability to properly be prepared, was there, because there's a stipulation I was told. Now you correct me if I'm wrong. Gratitudes, Miss OG Macca. I was told that Zeus was aware that Tommy would need him for the PK. Is that accurate or is that inaccurate? Right. Sweet Favors is saying what I was told earlier while we were in here, because I don't know. He agreed to 20 dragons. Correct. Grand Rising T. Right? So I'm trying to understand. This is why I'm trying to understand, was there a previous agreement? Because one side is saying there is, the other side isn't saying anything. I don't know if there was a previous agreement. 20 is out of it. 20 was just for the snipe. He was just supposed to be there for the snipe. I'm trying to understand. There was, Melanin. Okay, Sweet Favor says there was. She showed receipts. Okay. I don't think it was malicious either, best man. I don't think it was him being malicious. I think I even heard Stone say they was turning up. Yeah, I know New York. Like, I saw somebody in the comments say something about day parties. We good for day parties. We are good for day parties, just so y'all know, right? She broke it all the way down. Gratitudes, put it pop. Well, don't speak on it because he was. What you mean, Miss OG? So let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all. Let's pose a real question in here, because this is part of the problem here. You cannot stipulate somebody's malicious intent. That's emotional. You can't read emotions if you're not a reader. You can't read emotions of somebody else. And like, because that person always has the ability to say that's not the case. We got to be reasonable, y'all. We got to have reasonable arguments. We can't say, I know she meant to do it. I know she meant to do it, no matter how it looks. Right? Right, but nobody would know otherwise to be true either. Absolutely, sweet. You know? I feel like there were a lot of moving parts in that entire situation. You know what I mean? There were a lot of moving parts. Gratitudes, vitiligo. You know, that's the bigger part of what it is for me. I don't know if we're so far gone at this point, because there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. Gratitudes, Brad. There's a lot going on. You know, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts. And we just got to ask ourselves, can we help the problem or are we going to hurt the problem? You know, because I can't tell you if I say Tommy's intent was this and Robert's intent was this, how do we prove that? You would have to be able to prove it. And like I said, the only way that we would be able to prove intent is if we saw previous interactions between the two of them over the course of their businessship. He said the PK was worth it, so that's why I think it was malicious, because he made it. And this is what I said. I said that too. We said that in the previous video. You know what I'm saying? We're dissecting a lot of moving parts. I said that in the previous video. In the previous video, I said it looks a certain way. It looks a certain way. No matter how it comes out, it looks a certain way. You know what I mean? Because I supported you up until a certain point. And then, like, I just feel to save face, he should have just threw him. We wouldn't be here. I just feel like he should have just threw him. We wouldn't be here, because then no one would be able to say his intent was this or his intent was that. Regardless, he could have not showed up to the second one. It's just the timeline of events, and it could be coincidental. You know what I mean? I got you in the queue. Who's in the queue? Put you in.
Yes, like I said before, I'm gonna restate this for everybody, every new person that joined, and all of that. I feel like if you have been talking to a person for a long while, you guys know how each other communicates, regardless of how clear cut and concise the message is. You know my lingo, I know your lingo. And if you already stated before that you feel like this is a loss and you didn't want to spend your money, you should have stated that and you should have stuck with it instead of saying, hey, I got you. I understand. In your lingo, you basically told me, I understand. I got you.
Grand
But
Rising
now
Dream.
it's a thing of, hey, that's not what I meant. You know, it wasn't clear. Because the way that we communicate isn't clear, even though we know how we communicate. You feel me? So
Right.
I just feel like it should have
BS
just been a
detector
thing
is
of,
saying, BS,
hey,
say what
I
you
don't
said
think a
again.
35% PK is worth it, so I'm going to save my 20 dragons. I'm not going to waste my 20 dragons, you know, on this PK because it ain't worth it in my eyes. I done did it before. It ain't worth it.
Right. I need to.
And that's what he should have said, and that's what he should have stuck with. He said it, but he didn't stick with it. You said it, and then you said, I got you.
I just think it was, let me say this. If it was poor communication on Tommy's part, it was indefinitely poor communication on Robert's part.
Correct.
He definitely didn't owe her. She stipulated that. He owed her nothing.
No, he didn't owe her
have to
anything.
do a thing at
but
all.
there was an agreement of, hey.
Somebody else is up here. Hold up. Happy Mom. Greetings, Happy Mom.
Hello. I'm not sure if you saw Tommy's live last night, but she literally for 2 hours went through every single text message she's gotten from Robert, going from every person, every category, everything they talked about. So their verbiage is very clear. He understood what she was saying. Straight up.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. You talk to a
Straight
person
up.
long
She
enough, you
went
know
through
each other, you
every
know
text message.
what
I'm
each other
saying
need.
when they talked about Aaliyah, when they talked about anybody, she went through it. Her verbiage is the same through everything. He knew.
See,
That's
we're
all.
gonna
Have a
have to
great
wait for
day.
that video to come up. We're definitely gonna have to add that when you hear
Right. I
gratitudes,
just
Queen,
feel like that the way they
gratitude.
communicate, it allows for, things like this to happen.
So my thing
Just
is,
because you
where's
know
the
how you
resolve?
communicate with a person, the outside world does not know how you communicate with that person. So I think that's where, you know,
So
the
what is
lines
the
get shaky.
solution here?
But I'm gonna let you go ahead and get back.
Gratitude. Yeah. What could change the trajectory? What I'm solution based. You know what I'm saying? So what could be different? How can we fix this? Is it fixable? Is it, because maybe I'll be cool with you but never do business with you again. You know what I mean? Maybe not, because I never thought you would do me like that on both parts. You know what I'm saying? So, but that broke more than. I agree. Cream. What about the trust? Facts. 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 I feel like this. I just wish that there was a space on Bigo where these hosts, myself included, could go through our damages and feel it out for ourselves without the opinions of others, because sometimes that's so influential. Because I feel like they could have cussed each other on the back end, right? But then Cream raises a very valid point of, what about trust? What about trust? Ma'am, they didn't come here to see you, Otis. You got to get your life together. So that's what I'm thinking it is. Yeah, she does the most. So I'm going to keep, like I said, we're going to go through it. I got a lot more videos here. We're going to go through it. I'm going to push this out as quickly as I can. Listen, she needs to get a job at this point, baby. So that's what it is. All right, so we moved on, I think. Wait, let me just make sure I'm on. Yeah, this is the next one. We might have already heard it. If we did, I'm going to skip over it.
Because the rebate is shit for the tournament. And that's what I told her. Can we ask 20 is not can you ask 20. Let's be clear. So Keith, while you're over there reading motherfucking text messages, it looks like a misunderstanding because she said, can we ask 20? Bitch, don't try it on my motherfucking time. I don't give two shits that Tommy's in the motherfucking church. And if y'all feel that strongly, bitch, y'all should have got her motherfucking win. How about that? Bitch. Now let me put these motherfucking messages in the background since we want to show motherfucking messages. The fuck? Don't ever try it on my time because y'all know how I give it up, bitch. Now let me read this shit. Since y'all want to try to play a narrative, ho. Let me read this shit. We is Tommy and me. And no shade, Tommy, I love you down. But if you're going to say something like that, then say, Robert, can you ask 20? Not can.
Y'all just be respectful in here. Remember how we operate. Penitentiary rules in effect. Respect everything and everyone around you. I want everybody to have the opportunity to say whatever it is they want to say. I want everybody to be able to vocalize how they feel about the situation. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to vote. Like I told you, I'm going to release a poll. And then y'all are going to vote. Y'all are going to basically vote on who y'all feel is guilty. And who that person comes out to be, I have no bearing on that. I don't even think I'm going to vote. I will only take I will only become the, what do you call it? The electoral vote if nobody votes or not enough people vote. You know? So that's what it is. Y'all be respectful. Penitentiary rules in effect. Okay?
We asked 20. Because I'm looking at the messages like, oh,
y'all let me,
okay. Let me show y'all.
I'll be right back.
I was looking at the messages like, oh, okay. Tommy's going to ask 20. Not, oh, Robert, God Zeus, can you ask 20? Hold up. Let me show this shit. I don't give a fuck. Listen, comments. Keith, you know how I give it up, bitch. I will get my motherfucking headphones and we will go at it. It ain't never been a day over here. I ain't been nothing but supportive as shit to Tommy K. And I will remain supportive as shit to Tommy K. But if she's mad, so be it. Have your moment, and when you over it, you can come back around. But if you want to get into it, we can get into it too, sister. Because I still will love you after. But I'm going to show these messages. Because can we ask 20 is not can you ask 20. And you should have contacted 20, Tommy. I didn't drop. No, I didn't drop. But let's be clear here. Because you girls is trying to spin a narrative. Tommy joined the church. I don't give a fuck that she joined the church. And if you want to talk about it, Keith, you over there sending her messages trying to have us get into it. And we didn't. No, there was no mix up. It literally said, look, since we showing messages, let me read this. I said, huh? She said, I may need more. This whole packet. Can we ask 20? Can we ask 20? Can we ask 20? Not can God Zeus ask 20. Not can Robert, can you ask 20? Not can you go check 20. Not can you go text 20. Can we ask 20? I say, yeah, he's good with that. That's it. That's all.
Well, we've vindicated 20. You know what I mean? We've vindicated 20. I think the bigger thing is the first 20 dragons. I think that's what's able. The first 20 dragons, not the last 20, the first 20. I'm trying to understand. They're saying, I got to go through all the messages. I hope it's here in my feed. Excuse me. I hope it's here in my feed because I plan to go through all of it. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is going on. Robert Hood, Grand Risings. Gratitudes, Boss BFM. Let me see who it is. I'm trying to see who y'all are. Hey, that's Jackie. Gratitudes, Jackie. I thought so. Gratitudes. That's Auntie. Gratitudes, Queen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep playing it. I'm going to drop it. Oh, she said don't call her that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Jackie. I am for real.
Well, Gadget, y'all can't ask me where my 20 was. If y'all feel that way, why don't you go do it? And I say he's good with that, period. Yeah, 20 never knew because I didn't text 20.
Sis, don't come in here getting me in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Did
say, yeah,
you?
he's good with that because he is good with that. When you say, can we ask 20? I'm thinking you're going to go ask 20. Not me. Oh, you want to see the rest of the messages? Sure. Yeah, he's good with that. Asked him to stand by and snipe. What happened? I said, with what? The 20 dragons.
Gratitude.
I thought you had 20 waiting. I said, I'm sorry, wow, Robert. I said, actually, it's good you didn't. Yeah, he's good with that. Which means I'm over here thinking that you motherfucking asked 20.
Gratitude's pudding pop.
I'm thinking, you said, can we ask 20? Now, if you said, no, Shara, please, bitch. Oh, see, admin, you can kick the trolls out. I mean, actually, you don't have to kick them out. You can mute them.
Gratitude's Mercedes.
Tommy, if you feel like I snaked you on purpose, I don't give two fucks. Then if you feel, let me tell you something. Keith and Tommy, if y'all feel like I snaked you when I'm the reason why I've been helping Tommy during box PKs, when I'm the reason why Tommy's motherfucking been over there working her set, then
Gratitude,
go ask the church and stay with them. But otherwise, I ain't been nothing but supportive to Tommy. And I've been fucking with her. And I don't care about what these trolls say. I'm going to keep fucking with her. But if she mad about that at this moment, well, sister, come back around when you're not.
I think this is where the problem comes in a lot of times, y'all. When we have gratitudes, angelic rats, when we have a problem with one another, we have to stop invalidating each other's problems. I think that's where the issue came in at. If you're my friend and I come to you and I say, what the fuck happened? Or if I go live and I feel some kind of way, because I kept saying in the comments, who is going to be the bigger person? Bad communication was absolutely the case here, Robert Hood. You know what I mean? Gratitudes, have a nice day. The bottom line is we have to stop invalidating one another. If I have a problem, say, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? Everybody's to blame, Mac. I agree. 100 and 1,000,000%, actually. Gratitudes, angelic rats. So that's what I think is also a problem. We have to stop invalidating one another. If I say I got a problem with you, come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? If Zeus is in his emotions, Tommy should have hollered at him. If Tommy's in her emotions, Zeus should have hollered at her. It's definitely beyond repair because it got so messy, Robert Hood. It got so messy. That's where I'm at with it. There were too many things that, yeah, it went too far. Too far. Both of y'all need a whooping with your hands in the couch. You heard?
But, sister, it is what it is.
Right, Miss No Shade.
I don't care for them. I still don't care that she's in the church. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What it is Keith's bitch ass over there trying to motherfucking create a narrative. I didn't say her joining the church was a mistake. I said what's going to happen is Keith will motherfucking fall out and she going to say something that Keith don't like, or she going to interview somebody that Keith ain't fucking with and Keith going to get his feelings and Keith going to kick her out the church. He going to pull a Jackie on her. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing with
they
that.
They don't, Miss No Shade.
Since we read the messages, child, please.
Hey, Robert.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, I totally understand you. I just came in, but I hear what you're saying. But I totally understand you, and you might have missed my comment. But these big old motherfuckers, if y'all can stop with this we shit, can we get to a box? Can we get to a star? Can we?
No.
Okay, so we listened to all of this. Let me go to the next video because time is of the essence. So. I don't even think it matters what the fuck has been said because I think Tommy and Zeus both have really thick skin. I believe, like Cream said earlier, it becomes now a trust issue. Because no matter, Tommy showed messages, like, we got to keep it to the issue. Tommy showed messages pertaining to the issue. It should have never escalated into opening up other cans of worms that could possibly get somebody indicted on charges. That's not fair. That's not fair because they entrusted you with that information. Certain information should never leave and be given to the public. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta, you know, Grand Risings Martini.
We all read. Yeah, I read them too.
I know, but you just, Lama just agreed. Lama was reading the message and said, okay, right here, you confirmed
No,
it.
that's not what he said. Lama said it was an expectation. And then over there he said it was an expectation. That's what Lama said.
Robert,
if we're using verbiage.
Listen to me real quick.
Why are you speaking for her?
1,000.
Why are you speaking for her? Why are you speaking for her? I'm going to speak to her.
You just said you're lying.
Come
on. You just said you're lying us.
Move.
You just said you're lying us.
Move. I'm going to speak to her.
You can
move.
Nigga.
Tom.
I'm popping without you.
Well, if it's popping without you, you would have got her.
Every time I hear Tommy say, come on, that shit is hilarious to me.
You mad, radio?
Shut up.
You mad, radio?
Shut up.
You mad? Why you mad?
Where's your bank card?
Why you so upset? Where your 20 at? You keep talking about what you ain't doing with 20.
Where your bank card? Where your bank card?
You a hater, nigga.
Where's Turk at? Where's Turk at? Where's Turk at? Where your bank card? Worry about your fun. Worry about your fun. You a punk bitch. You a punk bitch. I'm a hater, but you was on me when you was in New York, right?
You a hater.
Should I show them messages? Shut up, punk.
He's over there giving me money now. Ha! You can't wait.
He told us
now,
about
anyway,
the message.
Tommy, back to you. It was a misunderstanding. You said, can we ask 20? Hold up. I'm going to mute him. We're not even talking to him. I muted him, Tommy. Tommy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I muted him. It's not a disaster. He got gold. He's speaking for a woman trying to control the church. Church is still going to give me, bitch, nigga. Church is still going to come over here, bitch, nigga. Everybody knows you run motherfucking Miss Post Agency, bitch, nigga. You know I'm all about the shit. Shut the fuck up. Address her, bitch, nigga, not me. Now, back to you, Tommy. I said what I said, Tommy. It was a misunderstanding. Okay? When you said, can we ask 20? Can you hear me, Tommy? Okay. When I said it was a misunderstanding, I truly thought that you were going to ask 20 that. And that's why I was like, what happened when you said that? I was literally shocked. So the reason why I'm coming on live and showing our messages is because you sent him our messages. And this nigga's over here reading it, trying to create a narrative. And I'm like, wait, let me just finish, Tommy. Let me just finish.
Gratitude, right, Snapper.
You know that I have had nothing but respect for you. I have given you your boxes. We've had conversations behind the scenes. I have helped you. And it really behooves me that you think in any way, shape, or form that you transitioning to this nigga's family with these people would have me treat you any differently. I just dropped you 18 dragons last night from my... Can you mute him, Tommy? So I can speak to you? I don't even know why he's in this. Yeah. I just dropped you 18 dragons from my Fufu page last night. I have had nothing but respect and love for you. You know the conversations we have had. And I said I apologize for my misunderstanding.
So here's what I need to understand. Here's the next question I have to pose. Were the dragons dropped prior to her joining church or after her joining church? Because that changes the trajectory a little bit. You know?
And the miscommunication, because I truly thought you were going... It says, can we ask 20? So I'm thinking, you asked 20.
Prior, after, before.
I really did.
But then he came...
So he threw the first set of dragons after she had already joined church. The day before she was... So Robert Hood says the day before. Two days before. Okay. Got it.
You came back and I said he's okay. No. That's not confirming. I said he's good with that, meaning that he's good with sniping. That's what you said. Can we ask 20? I said, yeah, girl, he's good with that. It was a general statement to your general statement. Right, Tommy. Tommy, if you wanted 20, you should have said, God, Zeus, can you ask 20? Not can we? Go ahead, Tommy. I'm not listening to him. He's muted. I'm listening to you. He's muted. I can't. This is a grown nigga that ain't got shit to do with this, and he's over here talking about it, but he's not the one dropping anything on it. So I'm Tommy. I'm talking to you. Gratitude. Mm-hmm.
So Robert, why didn't you drop your?
Well, I didn't drop my 20. That was my mistake. I thought you were gonna have 20 tonight. So that was my mistake.
This shit is unfolding crazy.
Because I only wanted 20 there to just in case. You know what I'm saying? But had you dropped your 20, I already had 12 or 13 or again,
she was over you.
Won the PK.
She was over you. How much Keith dropped? She was over you. I hope you're not listening to him because he's muted. He's over here talking, but he didn't contribute anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm kind of sitting, Robert Hood. That's exactly where I'm sitting.
They said that.
A terrible one, too.
So even if you got my 20, you would have lost.
But
go look at them gold teeth on the bottom of him. He just looks a fucking mess. Let me unmute him and address him. Because you listen to him, Tommy. You obviously not talking to me.
Shut your lying ass up.
Shut the fuck up, Keith, bitch. You over here talking all that shit and you didn't drop shit, bitch. Shut up, ho. Yeah. Shut up. Where the fuck was you at yesterday when I dropped her? No, because you're not talking, Tommy. This nigga's talking for you. This nigga's talking for you. I'm gonna talk to him.
I dropped 2 drags.
You're not talking, Tommy.
I dropped 2 drags.
2 dragons. I dropped her 18.
And I ain't a host, nigga. And she ain't in my agency, nigga.
I dropped her 18. Shut up,
ho. 2 dragons, nigga. What you dropped?
I dropped her 18 yesterday.
What you dropped?
18 yesterday. The fuck you dropped? Shut up, bitch. Shut her fucking contribution. I'm hiring you.
Yours was trades. Mine was organic. Yours was trades. Mine was organic. Yours was praise. Mine was organic.
I got it.
So mine too was worth more than your 18.
I got it to trade. Because I got it to trade, bitch. Because I got it to trade. Worry about Hot Boy Church, bitch. If you all that,
you got it to trade. I got it to
you should have dropped 20.
Why are you hollering?
Yeah, 20's part is irrelevant.
That's why you keep interviewing him.
I'm talking to you, real life. You letting this bitch nigga talk to you.
Nigga we don't know. We mentioning a nigga that ain't popular.
You letting this bitch nigga talk to you.
I'm more popular than him.
That's why. You look.
This is the only nigga that can get on live.
You look dumb letting this nigga talk to you.
Walk his whole motherfucker.
No, you look dumb.
No, I don't look stupid, bitch. You look wrong with your mouth.
I'm at 3 million. I'm at 3 million, bitch.
You look wrong, right? And I don't look.
And you only made it $1,000.
You're fucking up your bag. This nigga. I'm at 3 million, bitch.
Go look at how much your bitch.
You're not at 3 million.
Go look at how much you spent.
3 million.
And then you use me to game.
Bro, you don't get no beans, bro. You don't get no beans, bro. You don't get no organic gifts, bro.
Right.
You be calling niggas to hit your hand, boy. I fucked with you before.
Fuck with me and you still fuck with me now. You call my phone and you ask me for help to get unbanned. You call my phone. Now if y'all want to really go down this route, we can wake everything up and get really messy. Because I'm at 3 million.
So let me say this. No amount of what P said should have allowed. Right, Thorough. No amount of what P said should have came for Tommy. It escalated even more when the beef was just between, so to speak, y'all was going back and forth. Y'all was going back and forth. And then it became Tommy's going to get dragged. You know what I mean? That's not fair. That's not fair, King. You know, like I know, that's not fair. But sometimes when we feel like we're being attacked, we go for the jugular. And we don't give a fuck who's around. Right?
And Tommy, you're not. I'm the one who gets in your boxes. He's not. I'm the one you come to for box PKs. He's not. I'm the one that you asked for help when you didn't get your full check from 20. He's not. I'm the one that you had come to when the shit happened with Trina B. He's not. I'm the one that's at 3 million. He's not. I'm the one that helps you get your boxes. He's not. I'm the one that motherfucking gets you to where you need to be. He's not. Check the boards. 2 dragons compared to 18 on a foo-foo, bitch. You look stupid, Tommy, and you're gonna fuck up your bag with a nigga who got you where you are. So you can keep it and you can sit over there with this punk bitch. Respond to Turkey, not me. And don't have me show messages when we was in New York and you was gonna come see me as well, bitch. You know I'm with all the shit at all the times. Fuck you. I ain't afraid of the church or none of you bitches. You know how the fuck I get down, you stupid punk bitch. Shut up, huh? Shut up, huh? Cause you know how I operate, bitch. You know that. And Tommy, you looking like a dumb bitch. I got more bag than Keith will ever have on this motherfucker. You looking stupid, Tommy. You looking like a dumb bitch. I'm at 3 million. You're not at 3 million, you dumbass hoe. And you're gonna risk your whole bag over a nigga with gold teeth, 7 kids, and don't know how to pull out of a fucking vagina, you stupid bitch. You're a dumbass bitch. You're a dummy bitch. You're a dummy. So you stay over there with your church, and congratulations. Happy streaming trying to get to 3 million. You dumb bitch. Goodbye.
God, it's going to be
Fucking head, bitch. Bitch, you won't even let me talk.
Bitch, let's talk about it, bitch. Yeah,
You won't even let me talk, you big ass bitch. Let me
you do what the
talk,
fuck you want to do, bitch. In Jesus' name. Amen. Get your bitch ass back in here and yell, ho. I'm here as fuck. Bitch, you get some hoes.
Let me tell you one.
So I think he ended the live, right? I mean, he went on a panel at that point. In the mid, he ended the PK and went on a panel. It escalated too far for me. Like, this shit escalated, and here's what makes it even crazier. You know what I mean? Here's what makes it crazy, because I don't, like I said, I don't have a bias. And in me not having a bias, if you're wrong to me. And it is what it is, right? I don't think there's a level, like I said, I do think it's poor communication, and anything, because of that level of communication, we have to both take accountability, right? That's how that goes in that situation. At that same dice game, it's looking worse on Robert because of the fact that he got emotional. He got emotional, and he let his emotions take over at a point where he was supposed to maintain his cool. Because you got Zeus. This is your God Zeus. You know what I'm saying? You are big homie up here. Like, that should have never escalated to that. You understand? You let your emotions get the best of you, King. And that is part of the problem. And that is always going, let's be real here. That is always going to give your opposing side the ammo to believe that it was intentional, because everything that happened, from the PK not getting dropped on, then you wanting to drop private messages, then you coming for them, you know, to get, like, all of that looks bad on your part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks bad. So, you know, but again, I'm going to account for emotions. I'm going to account for emotions. You know? Exactly, Rogue. None of it should have went public. None of this should have went public. So I don't know who drew first blood, but whoever drew first blood, it shouldn't have went that. You know, you have a part in it yourself, because you bought it here. You know, you bought it here. But if him and Tommy had the kind of rapport they had, it shouldn't have been so easy. No matter who she's sitting with, it shouldn't have been that easy. You know? Rogue some, absolutely. So then, Tommy, you drew first blood, Queen. And remember, we can't tell. Isn't that what y'all say on Bigo? We can't tell people how to fight. You know? But I don't know. I just think this is so bad. This is so bad. You know, because it should have never come to this. We vent to our followers. We vent to our followers, you know what I mean, when we go through stuff because we love y'all. Y'all are our family. And we tell y'all, like, yo, this is what it is. Also, I think Tommy bought it because Tommy was so emotional after the PK. She just logged off, if I'm not mistaken, right? She came back to address her followers. Y'all so funny, bro. Right. She was upset. She was upset. Right. I just think if let's have another conversation. I feel like Robert felt that he was looking out for Tommy. But in retrospect, King, you should have looked out for you first. And in looking out for you, you should have just threw the dragons. Because you, let me tell you something. You know Keith like Keith knows you. You knew where this could go. You knew where it was gonna go. You had to. There's no way. You had to. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, you knew this. So you could have thrown the dragons and saved face altogether, and it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't have been your monkey or your circus. You know what I mean? None of it. None of it. I don't have any sides. I'm still gonna fuck with Zeus. I'm still gonna fuck with Tommy. That's just what it is. And like I tell y'all all the time, those are my two favorites. I don't care, Grand Rising HBIC. I don't care who feels what about who. But in having compassion, when you wrong, I allow grace for people to be wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see what Rogue is saying. Nisi. Let me scroll up and see y'all comments. Y'all typing so fast. Hold up. Let me see. Make sure I scroll up enough. I agree, Nisi. He should have said it when they made the deal. Rogue says she would have lost the PK anyway. Yeah, because allegedly there were 20 more dragons coming after what she threw for the snipe. So she had 40 dragons total for the snipe, the opponent, allegedly. I don't know. He was wrong for that, what he did, Pepsi says. Hold on, I'm trying to read into y'all comments. How you feeling, HBIC? She said it would have only been 33. Y'all moving too fast for me. She would not have lost had Robert thrown all. He had to throw. Somebody's in the comments. Rogue, go ahead. Grand Rising, bro. Somebody's in the comments. Rogue, go ahead.
Hey, family. Grand Rising. This is my little foo-foo account. I don't know. Hold up. I'm connected to my car, but the thing is, a 35% PK, she would have taken an L big time. Okay, that would not have been good. That would not have worked in her favor. I don't even work here, and I know that. If she would have did an 85% PK or anything higher, okay, boom. Now she got a point. Now she has a point. But at 35%, baby, you would have been in the hole. You would have owed so many dragons with nothing to give them back with. Though she had 20 inside of her own wallet, right? But all of the people that she traded with, she would have been in a hole trying to pay that back out. So in essence, he saved her. And it was just a misunderstanding. If that is your friend, you don't bring it to the app. That was a private conversation. Keep it off the app. That's what kills me about y'all. Keep that shit off the app. If we talking off the app, talk off the app.
And y'all gotta remember, business is not to be discussed.
This is too crazy.
On the app.
I'm really disappointed in this situation, and I don't read the comments, but this is my family, okay? And the whole thing was, even though she was not in the family when he dropped the 18 dragons on her, he even said that he would continue to until the blow up. So it's crazy. So now all of us are trying to figure out what to do at this point, because we love them both. So this isn't fair to us.
Facts.
Period.
Facts. It's a divide. It's two of your favorite people that you basically feel like you gotta choose.
I don't know. At some point, it's gonna blow over. It's gonna do what it's gonna do until it die down, you know. And they'll be back talking again. And when they be back talking again, all the shit y'all talking in the comments, now what? Because there was no agreement. She asked, could you help me? Because, quote unquote, this hoe got back up. Okay? This hoe about to kill me out here. It was no agreement. She just asked, look, could you throw me 20? But even if he would have threw the 20, that girl was going to tear him off when she came up 25 more. Okay? So she still would have lost, even if he would have threw the 20. And then everybody would have been out. That's crazy. But evidently everybody that, you know, that don't read that PK shit, they think they know what they talking about. Read how them PKs work. Hey, Robert Hood, read how them PKs work. She would have lost. I say just chuck it up, let it go, move on.
Right.
Let it die down.
I think
Move
what
on.
people, I think the part that everybody's missing also is there were, the woman that we're talking about, the opponent allegedly had a 20 dragon snipe, but she also had another 20 in the clip in case Tommy came
Sure
with another
did.
20. I believe that's how that went.
And this is the thing where a lot of people don't understand. If you PK people in Powerhouse, you gotta get your backup ready. And she came prepared. She came prepared. She was like, oh, fuck this, because this Tommy K. Oh, shit. She don't know who's coming, because we were all running her up. Come on now.
I understand.
We love Tommy K. We ain't doing that. We love her. That's my baby. We ain't doing that.
We love both of them. We love both of them.
Oh, Robert is always gonna be my ace in the hole, but
Right.
I love me some Tommy K. You know, just be smart about the PKs that you choose. Choose ones that you know that you gon' fucking get it. Don't choose them low ones like that. You know what I'm saying? Get the ones that's gonna really set you in the right space. Get the ones that's gonna really set you in the right space.
So let me ask y'all. You better.
This
You
is
better.
all bad
You better.
that they
is
be.
that
Yeah, I
right?
didn't
You
like.
better.
I
You
don't
wanna
like
say
that.
something?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt her.
Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
Hello, King. Hello, Queen. This is just my opinion. You know, everybody have one.
How you doing, darling?
I'm not good. I don't want to take from what she's saying, and I don't want to take from the comments. But my opinion is, Robert should have said that in the beginning, even though the end might have been ugly. But in the beginning, she was expecting something from Robert. And when Robert had her on in the Texas, he should have said, I don't think I could do it. I don't think it's the best idea. Or, you know, something to the point where she wasn't looking crazy when he didn't come. That's just my opinion. And like y'all said, I love them both. And I don't want to choose nobody's side. But my opinion is my opinion. I'm always going to be on the right side. No matter whose side that is.
Right.
And I'm always going to be on the right side.
Always on the right. Never the left.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But that's just my opinion. I'm back in the comments.
Gratitude, Queen. Gratitude. I appreciate y'all coming up, sharing.
Yeah, but hopefully they work this out at some point, you know, because I don't like this for them. And, you know, I really love her. She is such a cool person. And I love him, too. I love my whole family, you know. I fuck with Powerhouse Tough. And don't get it twisted, because I like Keith, too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just don't like this. This is just so,
I agree.
And we don't care about people going to families. They go to families all the time, but then they end up coming back all the time too. You know what I'm saying? So we don't care about that. We still gonna rock with you no matter where you go. You can go to fuck my mama's family if you want. You know what I'm saying? We don't care.
Right. For me, none of that matters. I think the family is there to support you. We're not supposed to be looking at who family we don't like. We're supposed to be utilizing the family to support us, because that's our family, and supporting the people in our family, along with not giving a shit what family other people are in that you choose to interact with. You know what I mean? So that's what I think it boils down to. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts. I really, really feel it's a miscommunication. I just hope that they, you know, that it dies down.
They clear it up on the back end. They don't need to tell us that they cleared it up. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that they get to a space where they can talk to each other, you know, and just let it out. Whatever feelings are harbored, get it out, let it out, and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get to the extra point where you got people that don't have nothing to do with it get involved and try to turn people against each other, because that's what people like to do. Chaos. They love the problem. Fucking chaos.
That's the problem. I watch.
They love that
shit. For me, I watch the comments. You know what I mean? Apparently, in this room, it's all the rational people. I'm so glad y'all are here. But a lot of the comments are not rational. They don't come on their regular accounts, and they stir the pot. They're shit pot stirrers. And a lot of that energy played into this debacle. And that's the bigger part of the issue. A lot of y'all were egging Robert on to show the messages. When he was saying, I don't want to do that. Don't let me do that. And y'all were like, yes, do it. Do it. Get up.
And then going in her comments doing the same thing. Oh, Robert said this. Oh, Robert said that. We don't even have to go over there and see that. We know that this is what people are doing, because people, they hate him for whatever reason, because somebody that they're being a follower of. Y'all got to stop being followers and learn how to be fucking leaders and bosses around this bitch. Y'all are fucking followers. I don't understand it, but you like somebody else that don't like him, so I'm not going to like him too.
The thing is this.
That shit don't work. And then this enemy of my enemy is my friend. That shit never works either.
The thing is this. People say stop blaming the comments. People say stop blaming the comments, right? So let me ask you this question. How many of y'all said something positive to assist the situation? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the people that are saying, don't blame the comments. How many times did y'all say something to assist the situation? If that's what you said, kudos to you. If nothing was said, kudos to you. But I know what my position in the comments was. I know what I said in the comments. I know I was one of the people saying this is a miscommunication. This is a misunderstanding. If you see Melanin Mediator in the comments, go look at my comments. They should be, if they're anywhere, they might be on Robert's side.
Yep. And
why did I go over there to Robert?
Stop by changing the subject. Robert, what's the
Tommy?
ingredients in your drink? You know? I kept trying to get him to change the subject and drop it and take it offline and go back to the privacy of it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Travel Bay. Grand Rising Queen.
Hi. Oh, I was just coming up here to say, I was sitting in your window, and I just want to say, I think you're one of the most rational people I've ever came across on this app. Because when you look at these people and you look at what takes place among friendships, a lot of these people sit behind troll pages with no life, no family, no nothing. They're miserable. And anytime someone on this app tries to gain a friendship, their job is to destroy it. Like they want to see the worst, which is why they support people losing their kids, people getting evicted, people losing their jobs. Like, and that's why I don't understand why a lot of these hosts allow these nobody comments to egg them on. Because they're not happy with good friendships. They're not happy with good relationships. They're not happy with nobody being happy.
Talk your talk, Travel Bay. Talk your
misery.
talk, Travel Bay.
And they don't be realizing that by off of this app, their people have built real friendships. Right. But they don't want that. And I hate that this happened with Tommy K and Robert, because even looking at the messages that was exposed, you can tell there was a genuine friendship. Because if there was not, those type of messages would not have ever been sent amongst them too. And now because of a miscommunication between two adults and a lot of other people that wanted that relationship destroyed, that's the bad part. 90% of this app wanted to see Tommy K, Robert, and Keith fall out. And now they're promoting, oh, Keith and Tommy K is going to fall out next. Yeah. So I just hope and pray that they're able to, that don't happen. Robert and Tommy K is able to have a conversation, even if that conversation ends in we're just not going to discuss each other on the app. We're going to separate from each other. But it's not anybody on this app business, whether they talk, get back to, or what. And y'all have a good day.
Gratitude, Travel Bag. She just gave us a sermon. That's what I'm saying.
Because like I said, what y'all gonna do tomorrow if they make amends today? What y'all gonna do? Now what y'all gonna say? Because Keith gonna be in his comments no matter what. He gonna be in Keith comments no matter what. They've been on this app too long for that. Especially y'all new people that's just coming around. We've been looking at this for years. Okay, so get over yourself and stop egging on some weird shit. Because y'all wouldn't want nobody coming between you and your friend.
I agree.
Because if that's the case, then y'all really wasn't friends to begin with.
I agree. Because if that's the case, then y'all really wasn't friends to begin with. I agree. Yeah, Rose.
That shit crazy. But I'm going to let you go back to your comments, sir.
Gratitude, Rose. I appreciate you.
I'm going to let you go back to your comments, sir.
Rose, I appreciate you.
Of course, darling.
Yeah, so I think that's the bigger part of it. And I think we all got to be accountable for our part in this. You know, because when we're not hosts, we're in the comments, right? So when I say we. I'm saying we. And I say we because we have a responsibility to one another. We. That's the bigger part of the problem. When we don't realize there's a we in things, that's where the problem comes in, right? So I just know, and I'm specifically speaking to certain things because it was a situation where people were, hell, I even got cussed out, so to speak, in the comments, right? And it shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have been that. You understand what I'm saying? So it was a lot of things going on because people wanted to see chaos. I'm specific in who I'm talking about. So if it don't, like Stone says, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Right? I'm specific in who I'm talking to in the comments. Because it's not everybody. There were a lot of people that played a great role. Hey, y'all are gonna, it's a misunderstanding. Y'all gonna work it out. This is gonna go right. It's gonna go fine. Right? And then there was a bunch of people who I like to call agents.